of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited, and I think what you're doing is amazing. This is my second BINA event, and it's beautiful. So before I start my presentation, I'll share with you what inspired this presentation. As you know, we're in the cable industry, and about 5 years ago, we attended the cable convention. And in that cable convention, which had about 15,000 cable guys, I was probably the only Israeli in the room. Well, my partner, Guy Orny, was the other Israeli in the room. And other than us, probably there were a handful of Jewish people in the room. So 15,000 cable guys in one room. And the CEO and the owner of the biggest cable company in the world, Comcast, is a Jewish guy named Brian Roberts. And Brian Roberts stood up there, and in his opening remarks for this convention in front of 15,000 people, what he said is, I want Comcast to be like the state of Israel. I recently came back from Israel, and this is what I want for Comcast. I want Comcast to become leading. I want Comcast to be edgy. I want Comcast to be smart, optimistic. And I said to myself, wow, this is how we should talk about Israel. We should change the conversation. When people hear the word Israel, immediately they think about conflicts, they think about settlements, yes, no, Iran. And I come to you today because I want all of us, as Israelis and as American Jews living in the States, to take responsibility and change the conversation. And I'm just going to give you one way of the way I do it. Okay, now I'm going to try this for the first time. Okay, it works. So what makes me qualified to even talk about the state of Israel and startup companies? Guy Orny and myself co-founded Baby First TV, and today we're the world's leading TV channel for babies, toddlers, and their parents. We cater to over 80 million homes, and I'm very proud because when I sent you the deck, it was 60, and now we've got 20 million more. So, and we're in over 30 countries and 14 languages. Baby First TV is the second most viewed channel among preschoolers. They watch us 96 minutes a day, and we're a part of their daily homes, daily lives. And Baby First TV has changed. We started as a TV channel. Yeah, these are part of my clients. Not my personal babies. Happy to share with you a picture of those after. But today we're not just a TV channel. We're other than TV channel, we're also available online. We just launched the first online university for babies last week, so please sign up. And we have 10 million views on our iPhone apps, and we're even coming to the big screens launching the first movie for babies. So I don't know much, but I know a little bit about starting a startup from scratch and hopefully taking it somewhere. So what do we need? What does Israel have, and what does Israel have in common with successful startups? The first thing you need to have is faith. Believing that you can do it. Believing you can succeed where no one else can. As Theodor Herzl once said, if you wish, it's not a dream. This is so powerful. If you wish, it's not a dream. Guy and I, when we started Baby First TV, all we had was a dream and one laptop in the bedroom, in a one-bedroom apartment. And we believed, and everybody but one guy told us, you'll never get it done. That one guy said, you will get it done when hell freezes over. So nobody believed in us. And we came to the United States, and we went to one of the biggest moguls in media, and we said, give us your name, because we had nothing. Give us your name so we can put it on our deck so people would believe in us. And he looked at us and he said, you're very nice kids, but you have nothing. And I don't put my name on nothing. We were happy to report 6 months later he came back, offered $5 million for 10% of the company. So that's faith. But believing in yourself, believing you could do it, is probably the first rule. Creativity. Creativity is extremely important. When you look at the state of Israel, what do we have? We have less. Less than everybody else, right? We have less money, less people, less natural resources, although my ratio stocks say differently now, but we have less. So when you have less, you need to be creative. And a good example for Israel is that we recently sent, or so they say, Iran a virus because we couldn't send a plane. And that's creativity. At Baby First, creativity is coming up with business models that are different than what industry is used to. So if you need $100 million today to launch a TV channel, we came with a business model that said, we'll give you money, we'll make money for you day one, and that's why we got to do it where other people failed. Dare, or as you say in Hebrew, chutzpah. Having Israel, right, this beautiful villa in the middle of a desert, is there a bigger dare than that? I can tell you from our experience, dare meant when no cable guy wanted to launch us, we needed the first one to do it. And we called and nobody picked up the phone. So we stopped someone. And we followed him to a convention in San Francisco. And we stood at the end. When he finished his presentation, we jumped on him and we said, "Hey, Fred, how are you doing?" He didn't know who we were, but he was too embarrassed to say. He took a meeting. He said, "I'll be the first to launch you." He didn't. Someone else did. But that's there for us. Be optimistic. In Israel, you have to be optimistic, right? If you're not optimistic in Israel, you can't live. I have 2 daughters. They will definitely serve in the military, unfortunately. The weather is hot in the summer. We have 10,000 missiles and at any given day pointed at us. And yet, in a recent survey, 57% of Israelis believe that next year will be better than the last one. Only 15% of people in Sweden believe that, 22% in Germany, and 15% in Portugal. So you have to be optimistic. And for us, as Guy, my partner, says, we love no, because when someone says no to us, it means the guy has an opinion. Now we have to change it, but no is a very good word to hear. Move quickly. Guys, we won a war in 6 days. I mean, need I say more about moving quickly? But for us, moving quickly is the essence of being a startup. We have to make decisions fast. For us, not making a decision fast is letting someone else make a decision for us, which is something we cannot afford. We make a lot of mistakes, but at least usually we have time to fix them. And when the world of apps came and we needed to launch an app, we knew nothing about apps. But we just launched it. We made a lot of mistakes, but I'm happy to report last week we celebrated 10 million views for our mobile app. Be flexible. When Israel started, agriculture was the first line of export, right? We then went into diamonds. We then went into weapons, and now we're in high-tech. Reading the market, being flexible, always being able to change is in the Jewish and Israeli DNA, right? We don't know where we'll be tomorrow. As a startup, this is extremely important. In 2008, in October 2008, when the world collapsed, we didn't know how Baby First would do. So we immediately changed, and we embraced the situation because we don't want other people making decisions for us on how our company would look like. And when the world changed, we are now not just a TV channel, but a media company in the 4 screens I mentioned. It's about the right people. I recently visited in Thailand, and I took a cab, and the taxi driver asked me, how many Israelis are there? And I said 6 million. He said, no, not in Thailand. How many Israelis are there? So, but this is beautiful because there aren't so many of us, but we make so much noise. And it's not about having a lot of people, it's having the right people. And that's so important for a startup. At Baby First TV, we're proud to have the right people. And the work we do with 1/3 of the numbers of people others do. And we have 1% of the sales force of the biggest companies. And this is my last slide, and it's again coming and talking to you. You need a strong partner. In order to be successful, you need a strong partner. Israel has the United States as a strong partner, and it has the Jewish community in the United States as a strong partner. We need to be this partner. And it's our responsibility, again, to change the conversation and make people know what is Israel and what Israel brings to the world other than the political issues. Thank you.